Oh, cool. All right, well, you guys are getting the first look. Hopefully the first look, I don't know. We've been slacking on commentary a little bit. It's been busy out here, it's been hot, and I just wanted to take a minute to share with you guys the effect of this deep stream. So where you guys are at right now is actually the very start of the deep stream coming back in here. This is actually 2 feet deep of actual water coming back in with a gentle slope up. So over the course of 30 feet, you go from 24 inches deep of water to 18 inches deep of water at the dam that's gonna be going to the intake bay. But what we have going on down here is we actually have multiple areas where it carves out, really accentuates the shape of the water going back and forth to create this crazy S-turn in here that from the gazebo makes the pond look like the surface area is almost twice as big, because the surface area is almost twice as big. It's crazy how that works. But this is gonna wrap around this corner right here. We're gonna have a giant bridge that is placed on this section to actually immerse you from the house side going over towards the driveway, which is back here. That's actually gonna be happening on that side, but we can't do that until we finish up with our big machines and stuff up top, because as you guys have seen, this has been a rough access job, and we definitely have to work our way out, especially with the giant machines. So yeah, we're up there working in the wetland right now, and then finally when we get done with all of that stuff and we're on to little machine work, we can actually head over to this side, dig out our dam, do a little more retention off to that side, and yeah, talk about an intake bay later. So this has been a very interesting project going on with me and Dad both kind of passing off control of this job. So he has come in multiple times, done a ton of rocking, done a bunch of stuff, disappeared, went off, done his own thing, making videos for you guys to watch. And then he comes back, sees what we've done, maybe make some changes on some things, maybe say this stuff's okay, and then come and do some more rocking. But we have done majority of the pond in the absence of pops. So it's like most of the pond is kind of our thing. As soon as we got all this shaped and shelved out, I called Dad. I was like, hey man, we've got the framework in the ground and we are ready for the waterfalls. Come get your bum in the sandbox and build this thing. He came in and slapped this entire waterfall together in like 2 days flat. It was absolutely insane rocking all of this stuff up. And now we got to come back in and do all the bibs in here. But we have like 27,000 gallons an hour coming, splitting between all of these waterfalls. And it is now up to us to actually make all of this function. And it is definitely easier said than done, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come up in these sections all the way up in here, and every little one of these nooks and crannies. We already got our dam rock set over here. We got a nice little undercut that we got to set, so we did some up here. But then we had to split these waterfalls between here and here to the right levels, to where when this water comes around this way, it fulfills these waterfalls, which are going to be coming between here, around the back here, crash landing down onto this stuff and into 1 foot deep of water. But we had to come back up into this section where majority of our water is going to be going. Hey guys, so I just wanted to touch base with you so you can see what we've got going on in here. We are currently in the wetland filter. We have our pig pot here, which this thing is literally like 3/8 inch thick cast iron of a pig pot on this thing. They literally came and melted the hole on this. And water level in the wetland filter is just above the bottom of this thing, somewhere in there, and we are gonna have on the upside of 8,000 gallons an hour coming out of this madness that is the pig pot. So if you guys wanna take a little gander inside of this thing, we've got a hole down here in the bottom. Yeah, bring it on, bring it in. Let's see it. We got a hole down here in the bottom that was drilled for our lights. It was already in there, but it was for drainage, but now it is in there for our lights. It's kind of perfect. And another thing that we're gonna do with this, so we've got this 3-inch pipe that's coming out of here. That is split between our wetland filter and our pig pot. Coming down in here, we're probably gonna end up chopping this out. And when we did the sandbox studio build up there in Aqualand, which if you haven't seen that video, go watch it. You definitely need to. But when we did that, we did this awesome thing with this core drilled limestone, and there was a cave underneath of it and a clear PVC pipe we had to use because you could see flush under the rock when that thing was running, that fountain. So I think we're probably gonna cut this thing down, put a 3x2 reducer bushing in there, slap in some 2-inch clear PVC so that we can get this thing up as high as possible to the surface of the water. Because those of you who don't know what a pig pot is, I don't really either, look it up, but I'm pretty sure it had boiling water in it, and that's what they did with the pigs to get the hair and stuff off, something like that. So we're gonna make this thing get as close to possible to look like it is boiling, run some lights into this with all the crazy turbulence in the top of 8,000 gallons an hour, and we're gonna shine firelight up into all of these trees up here and just make it like this awesome backlit canopy with an afterthought of a giant pig pot in the wetland filter. So this thing has been a very interesting addition, and we will see how the rusty cast iron affects the water quality after the fact.